for Bitcoin moving forward. Also, like I said, we have not completed the 5th larger wave of the Elliott wave theory. What is up, guys? Norris Digital Assets coming at you with another video. This video is going to be on the crypto market. We have some bullish news to cover. We have some different bullish metrics to take a look at, and we're just going to take a look at the market as a whole. Happy Saturday morning. Hopefully you are taking care of yourself today. I know this is a crypto channel, but some things I have to say is the crypto market is all about, so the Elliott wave theory, which I can pull up right here. The Elliott wave theory, this is based off of fear and greed and the psychology of humans in markets, okay? And so when trading emotionally, that's when you get yourself into trouble. So my point here is to take care of yourself mentally, physically, etc. Take care of yourself so that you can better handle yourself emotionally. These price drops, like say from 1 to 2, these price swings and these price drops. Take care of yourself. Meditate, exercise. Try to eat well when you can, drink a lot of clean water, things like that. Taking care of yourself is important just in general. I know this is a crypto channel, but that's how it sort of ties in to the psychology of the market, because that is what this is all based on. I got my freezing ice cold shower in today, which is actually pretty difficult to do. And I got some good food in me, drinking some water now. So remember to take care of yourself. I'm going to do a workout here in a couple hours. Also, I am building norrisdigitalassets.com. That is what I'm going to be doing today, the next couple hours, putting more work into that. It is coming together, and it is the crypto website you've been looking for. That's what it's going to be. So let us take a look at the market. Follow me on Twitter, Norris Digital Assets. Smash up the like button below before we get into this, and subscribe. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Why do we look at Bitcoin so much? I don't even have any Bitcoin. I don't own any Bitcoin, but why do we look at Bitcoin so much? It's because almost nothing will move without Bitcoin and Ethereum moving. Yes, there are some outliers that move maybe a little bit before them, and they move. But for example, if Bitcoin just falls to $35,000 or $30,000 all of a sudden, your coin, most likely all of your coins are going to drop like a lead balloon. Like, that's how the market moves. That's how the market works. Not that that's going to happen. I'm just using that as an example. That's why we cover Bitcoin so much. Let's take a look at a bullish macro case overall here. This is why I believe Bitcoin, the bull run is just delayed. What was supposed to happen in November and December is just delayed. And let me show you why. If we pull this back up, the Elliott wave theory, this picture here, what we have is we have the 5 larger waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And within each wave, we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an ABC down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ABC down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it reverses, and you have this larger A, B, C back down, and this C ends up a little higher than this one, or around this one. So very interesting. Anyways, my point is where Bitcoin is, since this is easier to see. Either I believe we are at number 2 right here, which there's reason to believe that because this 1 came right up to the top of this 3 here, or this it's the top of the smaller 5, but this 1 met it here. If I move this down, that is right here where I have that. If you look at the picture, we have this 1 and we have this larger 3 here. Same exact thing. That's why I have the 4 here. Credible Crypto has this 4 over here, which is possible. I'm open to that idea. Even though this 1 came up here, it could be an ABC flat, but it could also be the fact that the 4 is, I didn't mean to move that. It could also be that the 4 is over here or that the 4 is here. But either way, whether the 4 is here and the 4 is complete and we are on, let me pull the picture back up. Either way, whether we are on 2 or we are on 4, the point is we have not completed this larger 5th wave. We just haven't. And if you look at, that's why I have this all drawn out. We have the top of the 2013 bull run, the top of the 2017 bull run, and the top of the 2021 and now into 2022 bull run. It just wouldn't make any sense to me to not complete this Elliott wave pattern that we've always completed in previous bull runs for Bitcoin. Just the fact that it's actually just delayed right now for whatever reason, lack of funding being one of the big reasons, lack of funding through November, through December to get that momentum, lack of money coming in is what I'm saying, to get that momentum, to get Bitcoin to start running, to create that FOMO on top of that momentum of that funding, to get that market to get heating up, to get Bitcoin to run up, to get the altcoin season after that mania to follow Bitcoin. It hasn't happened yet. It's just delayed, and that is why I believe, because whether we are at the 2 or the 4, I need to move this out of the way, whether the 4 is already completed or we're just getting to the 4 here like Credible Crypto says, we have not completed the larger wave 5, regardless whether we are at the 2 or the 4, we have not completed this larger wave 5. So next is either the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 smaller waves, or we're here and we're still going to get this 3, which the smaller 3 is the largest wave within the largest small wave in the larger wave, if that makes any sense, to come back down to the 4 and shoot up to the 5. The good thing is this 4 is much higher than this 2. See here, this 4, much higher than the 2. So at any rate, that you would be in massive profits even at this 4, even after this drawback. So that is my look at the market overall. So let's go to a cleaner Bitcoin chart that doesn't have all these drawings here and reset the chart. And let's zoom in a little bit here. So Bitcoin on the weekly still pretty healthy. I believe that this is a corrective phase of the bull market, and I'm saying the same about this. And you find that bottom and you wave up. You find that bottom and you wave up. Okay, so again, 2 corrective phases within the bull market. You have plenty of spacing here between the 20 and the 55 EMA, the green line and the red line. Plenty of spacing. It's not like this cross is imminent. It would take weeks and weeks and weeks. And by the time that would even happen, I believe that Bitcoin will find that floor and move on. Look at the stock RSI down here, pretty flattened out. Could it drag out for weeks longer like this? Yes, sure it could, but it is flattened out below the blue band. The stock RSI is low. The RSI, let's open this up. The RSI starting to point up. Let's see here. Let's zoom, zoom, zoom. Sort of a trend line in here. Let's see here. See if we can make any sense of this. Little bit rough here. You know, you could make an argument that this one was reaching for it and never hit it as that bounce, and that we're just getting this bounce now as of January 3rd. Okay, so still on sort of this trend here, but yes, the RSI looking good on the weekly, and the weekly is a very zoomed out chart. It's not the monthly, but it's very zoomed out compared to the daily or the 4-hourly, any of these other ones. So yeah, we have plenty of spacing, and we are finding that floor, and we've held it well. It is a hair lower. Let's drop it. Let's drop this line on the wicks. It looks like the wicks are about spot on where the wicks went here. Maybe this red one's just a tiny bit below it, and we're here and here on the wicks. These candle bodies are a touch lower, but we have seen that before. This floor here that we found in July, if I drop the line here, let me redo that. If I drop the line here, so it is on these candle bodies here, but it's a little bit lower than these candle bodies, okay? So the bodies were just a hair lower than a previous lower low, but it was actually a corrective phase in a bull market because we had that momentum up. Now, Bitcoin looks good. Bitcoin looks healthy. Let's go to the daily and see what it's doing. I want to remove all drawings here. And on the daily, the blue line's looking like it's starting to possibly roll over a little bit, which is fine. But we did have this nice scoop of momentum because it could still come down and then still come up into this range, give us some of that momentum. Let's see here. Let us reset the chart. So we're actually looking at something. So again, are we going to do this smaller hump here, find that support here and go up, because to me that wouldn't be a head and shoulders where this is a shoulder, this is a head, and then you have this tiny little shoulder. No, it would be that bars pattern that I had copied from earlier, where it's really just this small little hump here, find that support and go on. And that is that bars pattern where, let's see here, can do this real fast, and it is something like this. Okay, so where if we follow that pattern again, okay, so to me that is not a head and shoulders, it was finding support after a waveform run up. Okay, so it would be coming down, finding that little bit of support around the end of January, and then maybe going up. So we'll see what happens, but overall it looks healthy. Let's look at the DXY real quick. Before that, we'll cover this article real quick. CoinDesk. Every company, and this is real quick, every company will be a crypto company. A venture funding outlook for 2022. Startups raised $1.5 billion and funds raised $2 billion in just the last week. And down here in today's weekly recap, a slew of funding rounds announced this week. Near Protocol, 150 million. Zero Hash, 105 million. Checkout.com, 1 billion. Cibo, 119 million. DeFi Alliance, 50 million. And FTX Ventures, $2 billion. Okay, but yeah, in the long run, this is zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. There are going to be many more companies in the future involved in crypto in some way or another, using it, sort of like Cardano with Dish Network and Boost Mobile. And people might say, well, how does that make any sense? How is Dish Network, someone who's not, big into crypto, how is Dish Network going to be connected with Cardano? Well, it's because the blockchains can be so versatile. Like Cardano is working on voting systems. It is a database of information, and you have the smart contracts. They're going to be working on identification systems, voting systems, all kinds of different systems. So blockchain technology is extremely versatile, and I don't think the general population has not wrapped their head around that yet, but they will later. My point is, zoom out. We are extremely early. Think 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 7 years into the future from now. Think about that. The prices that we are seeing right now are extremely low. Yes, some cryptos are going to disappear off the map. They are going to fall off in the next bear market. But that is why you want a majority, I believe, a majority of your portfolio in fundamentally sound cryptos. Things like Algorand, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum to an extent. I'm a little worried about Ethereum 2.0, but you get the point. If you're making money on meme coins and other coins, take your profits at some point and start to rotate them into utility type coins. So that's kind of my rant on that. Anyways, let's look at the DXY real quick. The DXY. So, like I'd been saying for a while, the DXY needed to cool off. If we go to the weekly, the DXY needed to cool off because it was floating. Look at this giant pocket before this last week and a half. Okay, we had this giant pocket of space, and it was floating way above the 20 EMA, just floating up in the sky. Typically, when it rolls back down, it looks for support on the 20 EMA, but then it goes and looks for support on the 55, which would be awesome. The DXY, dollar currency index, moves inversely to the Bitcoin chart typically, okay? So if we do roll down on the weekly to the 55 EMA for support, that could take weeks or a month. Let's look back here. For example, look here. We reached on Wix to the 55. Look in here. This is the weekly. So this is like 4 candles. This is about a month of time of looking for that 55 EMA. During that whole time, Bitcoin can go up, can run up. Here's another one, reaching for the 55 EMA. Look at all this, reaching for the 55 EMA on the weekly. So if we reach for the 55 EMA on the weekly here for like a whole month, watch this. We go to the daily. Where would that take it? Down there into that range. Look, I just changed to the daily, okay? So what I'm saying is when this will be on the daily, and look, you can see the 20 EMA rolling, which is good for Bitcoin, good for crypto. It might give it that momentum where Bitcoin can do that bars pattern. bounces and then it waveforms off and continues momentum. If the DXY rolls, which it clearly is about to on the daily, this looks very imminent. It might flatten out a little, but then I still think it's going to roll. If it looks for that support on the weekly that I just showed, if it looks for support on the red line on the weekly, it'll reach down into this range here on the daily, which could take like a month, which would put it over into here, okay? So technically, you'd have candles in this range. During that time, that'll give Bitcoin possibly some momentum. This will assist it, the DXY. Anyways, I don't want this video to get any longer. These are some bullish outlooks. Check out my video yesterday on the MVRV Z-score and other bullish patterns for Bitcoin moving forward. Also, like I said, we have not completed the 5th larger wave of the Elliott wave theory, so it would not make sense that this is the bear market now and that Bitcoin's going to roll. We have not completed this. So that's my outlook on Bitcoin and the crypto market, and Bitcoin controls and runs the market. Anyways, that is going to be it for this video, guys, and we will see you in the next video. Smash the like button, click subscribe down below. Thank you to everybody who has been watching and subscribing, especially if you made it this far into the video. We will see you in the next one. See ya.